Okay. Yes, they did. So let's see here, y'all. Well, first of all, I need to put on my energy pet. I should have, let's see, so I can make sure. This is my energy pet that I have going so far. Wait, do I have one any better? I think that's the one right now that I've been working on. Oh, wait. 10, 20, that's 30, 45. This is the one, plus 8. That's the one. So he's got 53 energy, just him. So that'll be good when I have to refill my energy, I'll get more. That's gardening 101, y'all. You got to get you a good energy pet. Something that has, I'm trying to get it up to where it has all 4 of the energies on it. It has big, ultra, and huge. It just doesn't have the plain energy. But oh, what's that? Oh, oh, that's the Azoth I just picked up. Because I sent him off to get it. So the only one it doesn't have is the regular energy. So when I get it up to the next level, if I don't get the regular energy there, I'll probably try to rehatch and try again. But for now, he's got a lot of energy. He's got all the 3 biggies. Big, huge, and ultra. So I'm good with that. But in order to keep from costing yourself too much money, too much gold, too many crowns, however you want to look at it, then you want to have a pet. Oh, I got the wrong house on. That's not where I want to go. I want to go here to my Red Barn Farm. I don't have a teleporter set up yet to it, so we'll do that. Do not forget to put on your energy gear and your pets before refilling with a potion. You are correct. I have my energy pet on, but I don't have my energy gear on because see what my right now 146 is my max energy, but I have a set of energy gear that I've been putting together. It's not the top of the line energy, but it's the best I could come up with right now. So with that on, now my top max energy goes up to 192. Yes. So you're right, Connie. I needed to do that before I got too far into this so I didn't forget. All right, so now let's go home and we will go to our Red Barn Farm. I bought a Red Barn Farm just for this because it's one of the houses. There are several, but it's one of the houses that will allow you to plant here, and it will give you plants like this place. Okay? When plants have likes and dislikes, when they have likes and dislikes, I'm going to hop over to my other gardener just to show you what I'm talking about. When they have likes and dislikes, if you cater to their likes, then it cuts the growing time down for the plants. If you get rid of the things they don't like, then that contributes to the lower growing time. If you put things around them that they don't like, it will make it longer. It really does affect their growing cycles. So like right here, when you come over here and look at this plant, when I can just hover over that to show you. Okay, see how it pops up on my screen over there. Evil magma peas, it says right now it currently doesn't need anything, doesn't have any pests. But do you see all that list of likes? It likes garden gnomes, boom shrooms, the djembe drum, egg basket, and this house. It likes the Red Barn Farm. All of those things are making my plants grow and mature faster. Faster maturing plants is going to equate to more stuff that you get from them. Okay? So basically, when you are taking care of plants, you have a circle of area. Okay? That's it. Everything that'll fit within that circle is affected by whatever you're doing here. So because these plants like boom shrooms, for instance, I have one little boom shroom planted there, and it's within that circle think of it as a circle of influence, if you will. It's within that circle. Oh my gosh, y'all were on ads and I was just talking away. I'm sorry. I don't know how much you missed. I got to pay attention to that. Okay, so Lady Evie, what was the last thing you heard before the ads? because I was just talking away. Yes, thank you, Acedia. That's right. That's right. I always post the entire VOD on YouTube. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can see all of them. I don't have the last 2 or 3 days posted yet, but I will. But you can see the entire video. So if you ever miss anything because of ads or you can't be here or whatever, and you want to know, you can always go look at that. Okay, all right. So this is your little circle of influence, okay? Everything that's within that circle is affected by those likes and dislikes. Now, I have the boom shroom right here, okay? So if you go over here and you look, all the other things that these plants like, there they are. The garden gnome, the djembe drum, and the egg basket. And they are within my little circle here. So all of those plants are going to benefit from that. All right? So that's important to know when you first start laying out your garden. When I first started planting with this girl, I planted every kind of seed I got and I just threw them all out there, and it was great, but they all have different needs. They all need different things. And if you have them all jumbled together, you're going to spend a ton of energy trying to keep them healthy because you're having to do this one here and this one there and this one there. You're going to want to work towards getting plots where they're all the same plant in that area, because then taking care of them is a whole lot easier, a whole lot faster, and a whole lot cheaper. Okay? Not to say you can't plant a whole bunch of different kinds of plants, but try to plant them in clusters or in groups so that you can take care of them. When we look at these, let's see. Right now, they don't have any needs. They only have, these are all, the needs are all taken care of right now. So I'll have to come back and show you later, but I can show you, when I point to them right now, it shows that they don't have any needs. You can see this one, no pests, no needs, likes garden gnomes, honeysuckle, brick-walled pond, the painted chameleon statue, and this house. The bottom tells you what I have on them that's already protecting them. Okay? 69 plot right under the walkway from the door. There you go. There you go. It works. Doesn't matter where, right? I mean, you could go plant your plants inside this house and they'll still like it. You can plant them inside or outside. Here's the brick-walled pond. Now, the brick-walled pond doesn't fit totally inside my circle. See? It's touching. It's close over there. If you really want to make sure and you're not positive, then you can come up here to the pond and you can say, okay, let's make sure we get this in the circle. So we're going to shrink it up. So I'm going to shrink it down, scale it down to that. Okay. And then I'm going to move it. Oh, I'm too close. It still thinks it's as big as it was. And I'm going to put it down over here. It's going to make me use it's going to make me use the other move. That's okay. So then I'm going to move it. Even though I scaled it down, it still thinks it's this big. And so I have to move it differently. I have to use this move, the advanced move here. So that's okay. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it over here. And I'm going to scooch it right up in that little corner right there. So therefore, it's always going to be in my circle completely, okay? And that way they'll all be affected by it. It was probably okay where it was sitting, but I never really checked it. Yeah? You can have 269 plots in the Red Barn Farm. Well, you can have more than one inside and one outside. You can have 2 outside. And then technically, you could have 1 inside. See, there's a limit to how many items you can have inside the house and outside the house on any house. And so, I know I'm going to get away from the elephants. They're screaming. Okay, so see, I've got 2. I've got 1 right here. And I've got one right here, although this one's not totally full yet. But I think what you might be talking about, Mzell, is if you look at this house, for instance, let's see, let me think, what do I need to look at? No, that's what I want to look at. Your item count down here. Okay, yes, a bric-a-brac elixir, acedia, is that's exactly it. I've used the bric-a-brac elixirs. So you have a 250 space. Yeah. I wanted to be able to plant more out here and the outside, so I got some bric-a-brac elixirs to get to the max. The 400 is the most they'll let you do. So that allows me, and the reason we say that is every plot of dirt, every little circle of dirt counts as one item. Every seed that you plant counts as an item. So for every plant you've got planted, there's 2 spaces taken up. Okay? And all these things, see, these guys like litter. So there's litter underneath these plots. They're floating. So there's litter underneath. The gnome is underneath, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so that's how you got to have the bric-a-brac. You got to use the bric-a-brac elixirs to be able to plant more. Now, what we were saying is you could technically, I don't have anything planted inside, but maybe one day you could come in here and just clear this room out and plant you a 69 plot thing of couch potatoes in here, because the number of items you can have on the inside of the house is different from the outside. They're separate. You can have, I've used bric-a-brac elixirs in the house too, so now I can have it up to 400. Okay? Yeah, the pets all come running when I run in here, when I come in. I think that's cute, isn't it? So anyway, look at the little leaf foot and the tree girl. They're talking to each other over there. Isn't that funny? Oh my gosh. There's a collab menu at Sonic Drive-In, and it's related to Grillo's Pickles. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Grillo's Pickles are. What am I missing there? There she is. She's bigger than me. I made her big. She's going to go prissing back across the room. Anyway. This is a safe space. I hate pickles. Oh my gosh. It is a safe space. And I'm sorry that you hate pickles. I still think it's funny. All right, so I'm going to go back to my other girl now. You were just shocked, Teddy? All right, I'm going to quit this one. I'm going to go back to my balance where there are no plants. And we're going to go and start looking at what we have to do to get her going on gardening. Okay? To start gardening, you have to start with the quest. You have to get the gardening quest. And you pick that up in Ravenwood you have to be level, is it 12, y'all? I think level 12 is when you can get the gardening quest. And you got to go to Moolinda Wu in the life, she's the life teacher, the life professor, and she will actually give you the quest for this. Okay, so Moolinda is down here in her little classroom. The life cow, that's right, Ursa. That is right. The life cow. Here we go. See, she's got this quest here for me. And it's called Green Acres.
As the professor of life magic, it falls to me to tell you about a wonderful new activity available to students.
I'm going to let us listen to this so that we don't miss anything.
I speak of gardening. Students at Ravenwood can plant and grow amazing plants in their dormitory rooms or castles.
Yeah, you can even grow them in your dorm room. You could have another whole 69 plot in your dorm room. Now, that's not a place that they, quote, like, so they might take a little longer to grow, but still.
Yeah. Wizards of all schools can garden. So my hope is that every student will learn the joy of shepherding new life.
Books Kitty, how are you? Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Granny Gang. You've come in
Daddy,
right in the middle of a
seek
gardening
out Farley
lesson.
in Gollum Court.
Seek
He will
out
explain the
Farley.
basics of gardening to you.
Okay, so we're going to go to Farley, and you will learn that all of the little gardening dudes in all the different worlds, except one, they're all related, and their names are like Farley, Harley, Charlie. Those are all the gardening dudes. So he's in Gollum Court. The only one that's not like that name is Roger. Roger the Shrubber. Roger the Shrubber is in Avalon. We'll learn about him later. So we're going to start out right here with Farley. Farley is the first one you go to, and Farley is going to teach us about gardening. We're going to click through his quest, and yes, I want us to listen to all that he has to say, because there are some people here that don't know anything about gardening, and that's what this is for. So you see all these plants over here? He's going to tell us about all those. Those are the different stages of the plants' lives. And he's going to tell you about what they look like when they're dying and when they're dead as well. So let's hear what Farley has to say.
Greetings, my little wizard friend. You look like you're in need of some learning, and I'm happy to oblige. And if it's not too much trouble, I'll ask you for a small favor once I've finished yapping. So, where to start? Well, let me tell you about how gardening works. It all begins with the tiniest of things, a seed. That's it, a seed. Do you have a seed with you? Surely you must. What's that?
He gives you your first
Oh,
seed.
Dear. And we're off to a poor start. Tell you what, will you run over to speak to Blossom, the life tree in the midst of Ravenwood? Ask her for a seed. Any type will do. She should set you up with something to get you started.
Okay.
Be off then, will ya?
So we're going to go pick up a seed from Blossom in Ravenwood. These Arlie guys are so cute. They are, aren't they? Oh, that would be fun to have them as a pet. That's a great idea. If you can get an Arlie guy as a pet, I like the name too, the Arlie guys. If you could get an Arlie guy as a pet, then you could have your gardening boost. Here's Blossom.
Good day to you, young wizard. A seed? Farley sent you. A most unusual request, but I should be able to help you.
I don't like how they don't have eyes in these trees. They should have eyes, Make them look more animated.
A plant's journey of life
Okay, here we go.
begins with it as a seed. There are many types of seeds, each with a different destiny.
You see, she's going to go through all this, but I'm just going to point them out. This is what you see when you look at a seed. About one seed. Tells you what rewards you get, how challenging it is to grow, the likes we've already talked about, and the dislikes. A lot of them dislike stinkweed. So, yeah. And here's where it's going to tell you what level gardener you have to be to give the trees googly eyes. I love it, books. Yep. All right, so here we go. So this tells you what level you have to be to plant a particular type of seed, because they're all at different levels.
With enough energy, you can prepare soil of your choice in your castle, if you have one, or a planter in your door. Then, you can place the seed into the readied soil. You can shepherd its growth through spells and other means of caring for it. I will give you a seed.
She doesn't talk
Take
fast
it back
enough.
to Farley. He will tell you more.
Okay, thank you, Blossom. She gave us a dandelion seed. Do you see when I put that up there, the reward has one little coin next to it, and the challenge has one little shovel, and it likes snapdragons and it dislikes stinkweed, and it requires a small plot. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. So now we got to go back out to Farley now that we have our seed. Whoops. Back here at Gollum Court, isn't he? If Malistaire comes back, I'll quit playing Teddy. No, no, no. You can't. I won't let you. Jordan keeps coming in on a different mount with different clothes. Have y'all been watching? Every time we come in here, they're coming back with different stuff on. Okay, this is our entertainment for the show right here. I am going to keep you captive in the Wizards community. You got it.
Oh, you've
Okay.
got that seed? Fantastic. I recommend you roll up your sleeves and learn something about gardening.
Mutz Gaming, how are you? Welcome to the Granny Gang. Thank you for the follow. Glad you could join us. We're doing a little learning about gardening here. So here we go, right? All right, so he's got this one right
Let's see
here.
what kind of seed blossom saw fit to give you. Oh, what's this? A dandelion? That'll do nicely. After you've planted your dandelion seed, it starts to grow. From seed to seedling, young plant, mature plant, to elder. You can use a number of helpful spells to usher it along as it grows, keeping it healthy and happy.
I'm the same way, Isla. I am the same way. I know what you're talking about.
Take a look at the row of 4 dandelions to the side of me, and examine each of them. When you're done, come back and I'll bend your ear some more, if you've got the patience for it.
Okay, so we're going to go over here, and we're going to click on each one of these. This is what it looks like when you first plant it.
This is a seedling, the youngest phase of life for a plant. You will need energy to plant a seed in a planter or the ground.
And y'all, you guys that are expert gardeners and all of that, I'm sorry that this is probably going to seem like, what are we doing this for? But there are people here that don't know anything about gardening. So that's why we're starting at the beginning, and we're going to go through it.
After a seed is planted, you can use plant growth spells on it to help it flourish. Plants require some things to thrive and survive: water, sunshine, pollination, magic, and even music. Plants that are cared for with spells to satisfy their needs will advance through the stages of life. Next, you should examine the young plant.
All right, so that's just the basic beginning there. Jordan's over there dancing around. That's Imzel, y'all. It keeps us resetting your wish list. Well, that's no good. I know. I agree, Isla. I agree. All right, let's see here. Oops, wait. I didn't get close enough to it to... There.
This is a young plant in its next stage of life after seedling. You can observe your plant's growth visually and by using some simple spells.
So these are the things you'll see on the page, okay? How much energy it's going to cost you every time you harvest it. Its level, okay? And I'm sorry, these are not the seeds, but these are the spells, one of the spells. Every time you cast this spell, it costs 3 energy. But you can do it at level 1, so we'll...
The plow spell allows you to remove a plant or dirt pile if you wish to do so. The revive spell allows you to transform a wilting plant into a young plant, ready to grow once more. Now you should examine the mature plant.
All right, so we'll go to the mature plant. So there's spells to help you along the way in taking care of your plants.
This is a mature plant in the fullness of its growth. When a plant becomes mature, it can be harvested. You can harvest a plant by interacting with it. Each type of plant yields a different harvest: reagents, pet snacks, gold, treasure
Pet
cards,
snacks,
and more
yes.
seeds. You can harvest from a plant as long as it's in its mature stage of life. It's now time to take a look at the elder plant.
All right, here's the elder plant. This is when you know they're ready to harvest the final time. They're all kind of grayed out, but they're kind of almost ghostly looking. But that means I'm done. I'm ready to move on.
This is an elder plant. the final stage of a plant's life cycle. Many plants won't reach this stage.
Yes, they do. Don't say many plants won't reach this stage. Every plant will reach this stage if you take care of it. I don't know why they put a statement like that in there. Already hating on it before it starts. That's not good.
An elder plant
Hey,
can be
Bowler Boy,
harvested
how are
one
ya?
final time with much greater possible rewards.
We're doing our gardening lesson right now.
Once an elder plant is harvested, it disappears and cannot be revived. You should return to speak to Farley.
Now, you notice she said on this one, once a elder plant is harvested, it disappears and cannot be revived. You can't bring it back to life. It'll go away. But that's one of the beauties of some plants, like couch potatoes and evil magma peas. Because when you do the elder harvest on them, they give you back a seed to replant. So they're self-perpetuating. Not all plants do that.
You should return to speak to Farley.
So keep that in mind.
So, there you have it. Think you know it all now? Don't get carried away. I've still much. I'm sad to say that gardening isn't all nurturing and happiness. Plants
These are the
can be
things that
endangered
threaten
by
the
some very real
plants.
threats. Take a look at the two unhealthy-looking specimens to the... Come back when you've seen for yourself what can happen.
Okay, so we're going to look at these over here. Oh, it wants me to look at this one first. Jordan is Santa Claus now. Dancing Santa, no less. All right, let's look at the wilting plant first.
This plant is wilting. It will die before too long if it's not taken care of.
That is too funny.
Plants can die if their needs are not met, or if they are killed by pests.
So they can have bugs, or they can not, if you don't water them when they need to be watered, or play music when they need to be played music to, all of those things.
Plants have likes and dislikes, things that encourage or discourage. A plant's likes are things it enjoys being near. These can include other types of plants or gardening items. A plant will flourish if it is near things that it likes, while things it dislikes will cause it to become unhealthy.
So not only does it slow it down, it will actually become unhealthy if it's around things it dislikes.
An important part of gardening is learning how to arrange your plants and create a healthy garden for them.
That's a key right there. That's a key fact right there.
You should examine the dead plant now.
Okay, we're going to go examine the dead plant now. Now we have two people dancing over here. Isla and Jordan both are dancing. Jumping up and
This plant
down.
is dead. Now all that can be done is to plow it over or revive it as a seedling. The greatest threat to plants are pests. If pests are not eliminated, eventually the plant will begin to wilt and die.
It makes sense. I mean, that's the way it is in real life. If you don't get rid of the bugs on
When
the
a plant
plants,
is
they're going to
infested
die.
by pests, it cannot be harvested, and growth spells will have no effect. To eliminate pests, you must use pest-fighting spells. To eliminate a pest, the spell must be of high enough rank.
So different spells have different ranks and different. So like you might have a bug, a pest, that's a level 3 attacking your plant, and you're trying to use a level 2 spell on it. It won't work. It won't get rid of it. You got to use the one that's a high enough level, and that's going to be a big key in how you choose which plants to plant later. Keep that in your little noggin.
You can purchase pest-fighting spells from vendors throughout the spiral, or even win them as treasures. Farley can tell you more about how to get started.
Okay, so that's the basics of gardening. You won't ever have to suffer through that again. You've done it once. You got it. The narrator voice is nostalgic. You can't hear it anymore. I know. Because she passed away about a year ago, I guess.
It's a sorry state to see plants doing so poorly. But it's important to know what risks there are when gardening. I think by now you've learned the basics of planting and gardening. If you've been paying attention, the seed Blossom gave you should be enough to get you started. You've already got the basic spells to care for your plant, and I can sell you additional spells and items for your garden.
Okay.
As you continue to garden, you'll reap the rewards in the form of harvests, badges, and even experience. I
Okay.
look forward to seeing you again with your newfound green
So we just leveled up in our
Best
gardening,
of luck to you.
and we got a couple of spells. We got a boom shroom seed. We got our first gardening badge, novice gardener.